Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Yan and I'm so excited for today's video because today is the day where I actually read fantasy books for the first time ever. I have A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first book in the ACOTAR series. I don't really know anything about this book, but I just thought that, you know, since I am getting into my book reading era, I have to read the most popular series ever, and this would be the first book. I'm just going into these books blind because that's what I usually like to do. The second book I have here is Carval by Stephanie Garber, and I really want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart. Hopefully I can breeze through this series and start that one. You guys have probably seen this all over the book community, and that would be Fourth Wing. I'm finally able to read it. This is by Rebecca Yarros. I have to read this because the second book is coming out, I think, in November. I already pre-ordered that book, so I'm going to have to get into this book eventually, so why not start now? I honestly couldn't decide between the three books. I think I'm actually going to read this one first. I've also heard that these books are perfect for beginners that are getting into fantasy, so hopefully it's not hard for me to comprehend. Let's just go ahead and start reading Fourth Wing. Guys, I am only on page 12, so I'm not that far into it, but I wanted to just share where I'm at. I'm basically at where she's getting ready to get to the writer's quadrant, and she's walking there with her sister and getting ready and everything, and it's just so nerve-wracking. I like the vibe right now because it's making me feel like I'm in that realm with them. It's very easy to read. There are not a lot of words that are too complex or anything, so it's very fun right now. It's really nice to have the map and, you know, be able to visualize, so I really like this map on the front as well. You guys, I wanted to give some updates on Fourth Wing. I am on page 110 and I bought this cute Harry Potter little bookmark, so it kind of matches the theme of this book. I am starting to get really excited and not want to put this book down, but honestly it was so easy to get into, taking my time to visualize everything and understand the whole world in this book, and it's just so good right now. Hey guys, I would say a third of the way there, a little less than halfway, and obviously I'm reading without the dust jacket because I don't want to ruin this beautiful cover. I'm actually reading a little bit slower, I feel like, because I am really trying to marinate everything. I've gotten to the point where the dragons are just introduced, so it's nothing so far, but I'm just very excited to see which one she'll bond with. I really like that there are a lot of characters mentioned in this book, and to kind of like follow them or see what happens to them. Every time I try to stop, there's something that pulls me in and I'm like, I need to keep reading, and it's getting so good. Oh my gosh, you guys. I've been waiting for this one. What? Oh my god, this is so good. This is exactly what I wanted, you guys. This book is so good, you guys. I can't stop reading. This is so crazy. I did not expect this, and I'm loving every freaking moment of this. Hey besties, I wanted to give you guys a little update on Fourth Wing. I would say I'm like 2/3 of the way there now, and I just don't want this book to end. I don't know what's going to happen, and I hope that it doesn't end on a cliffhanger. I want to try to guess what will happen at the end, and the only thing is that I hope that her love interest doesn't betray her. I feel like I've been reading a lot and pretty fast, but then at the same time, I'm not completely done with this book. It's been almost a week, so this is actually taking a while, but I'm loving it because I'm like enjoying every moment of it and I'm like taking my time. Hey besties, so I am on page 426 of Fourth Wing and I am going to sit and binge this book since I have less than 100 pages left. I'm not ready for this book to end, but I really want to know how it'll end, so let's just continue reading and I'll update you guys when I'm almost at the last 2 chapters. You guys, I am on chapter 35. Literally have chills right now because I have no idea what's going on. I feel like I'm on the borderline of crying because I don't want to be disappointed. I don't think something bad is going to happen, but we have no idea, so let's see. Wait, what is going on, you guys? What is going on? I'm so sad and I don't even know what's going on. You guys, I did not expect to cry. You guys, I'm on chapter 37. That was such an intense chapter and I have no idea what's going to happen. You guys, after every chapter, I'm literally exhaling because it's so intense. I have no idea how this book is going to end, but I'm not ready. I'm so sad, you guys. You guys, I just finished Fourth Wing and I cannot. Wow, I did not expect the ending. Wow, I've never had a book make me feel the way this book did, and I am honestly so sad that I can't read the second one. Okay, I am back and ready to talk now after browsing TikTok a little bit about Fourth Wing and just letting my thoughts marinate a little bit. I think it's totally worth it. Honestly, I want to reread this book, but I'm not going to. I think this is like a perfect fantasy book with some romance. Obviously, I'm a romance kind of girl, so I love the slow burn in this book, and I just thought this book was done really well. I loved how easy to read it was, and just everything about this book is so good. So I'm going to save some thoughts for later to share with you guys, but just know that I'm going to be thinking about this book. The next book I guess I'll start will be Carval by Stephanie Garber. So let's just go ahead and get started. I just read to chapter 3. So far, I do like it, but there's not enough information for me to know. And also, this is a third-person point of view, so I don't really like that because it's kind of confusing. I am pretty happy to get into this one, even though I'm still thinking about Fourth Wing. Hey guys, I wanted to give you a little update on Carval. I am only on page 89. I feel like this book, I don't know, maybe I made a bad decision by going into Fourth Wing because Fourth Wing was really fast-paced and very gripping. This one is taking a little bit longer for me to understand the world, what's going on, and you know, like what is the point of everything. So it's a little bit confusing. I don't even know who the main male character is yet, but I'm assuming it might be Julian for some reason. I could be completely wrong. I actually thought about picking up A Court of Thorns and Roses to read, but I am going to push through because I do want to read the third book last. I think I've been reading it for almost a week now and I haven't really had the time to pick it up, or did I really want to pick this up, but I will continue to read this, so I will let you guys know later. You guys, this book is so interesting.
I am confused like half of the time, but then I like what's happening in here and just seeing the world itself. How this book is written is just very interesting, but I'm not really a fan because it's kind of putting me in a slump a little bit. I do want to solve stuff, but they don't really give you anything to solve. It's like you're riding the ride and just, you know, waiting it out. So in Carval, you play for like 5 days, and I think I'm on day 4. So I'm almost towards the end of this book, but I'm only like halfway. I can't believe it's 7:44 a.m. right now. I think I'm going to get some coffee and go home and pack for my trip when you guys are watching this. I think I've done enough reading this morning, and it just feels nice to be up and reading.
You guys, I am finally done with Carval, and I actually liked the ending. It took a while for me to really know what's going on, and it's not that it was hard to understand. I just didn't really know the purpose or what the game is like. I'm so glad that I'm done reading this one because I didn't really want to pick this up. I really wanted to finish this so that I can start A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I will obviously talk to you guys a little bit more about this book towards the end. Now I can finally start the 3rd book for this video. You guys, I am at the airport in Vietnam, and I am on page 165 on my Kindle, so I am 40% of the way there, and I really want to finish it and read the second one because I want to see the spice. But it's not spicy so far, but it's pretty good, so I'm enjoying it. The only thing is that I'm reading pretty slowly. I don't know if it's because I've been flying or the world building, but it is picking up though. You guys, I am in Bali, and I am currently still reading this book. I'm finally 58% through with the book, and I really want to finish it. I don't know how to feel because there are names that I kind of like, I've heard, like Ryson, I don't know if that's how you say his name, and then Tamlin. And like right now, I love Tamlin, and what's her name? I forgot her name, but I don't know what's going to happen. I'm kind of sad at the part where Ryson, or whatever his name is, showed up. So I'm curious how this book will end, but I didn't expect there to be some spice. So that was a nice surprise. You guys, ignore the freaking sunburn that I have on my chest, but I am 89% of the way through the book. I'm a little confused. Like, I like the story, but I have no idea what's Ryson's purpose is, and I can't tell whether I should like him or not. I'm curious to see what will happen in this book and how it will end. Hey guys, so I finished reading A Court of Thorns and Roses finally, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts. So I did really enjoy reading the book. However, it wasn't a 5-star read for me, and I just didn't understand where the story left off, but I did like the ending. So I'm excited to read the second one and see what all the hype is about. I'm curious to see where this story goes because I have no idea what the second book will be about besides like the main characters. I wanted to share my final thoughts on all of these books and wrap up this video. Even though I am a hot mess right now, I actually took a while to finish all 3 fantasy books, and I think it was because Carval kind of put me in a slump, and then this one I was traveling and I didn't have much time to read, but also it was a little bit slower for me compared to Fourth Wing. So I did read Fourth Wing first, and that book I will give infinity stars because I am obsessed and it's just so good. It hits differently. Just something about the book is very addicting, and I just love Xaden so much. So I can't wait to read the second one in November. I highly would recommend you guys to check out the book. I just can't believe that that was the first fantasy book that I've read. I will be excited for the day when there's a book that can beat that, because now that is like my favorite. I love the fantasy aspect of, you know, the dragons. I think that is so cool. And also I love the romance. I feel like the romance was a pretty big part of the story. It was pretty straightforward, like you got right into the story and it was very interesting. I was very captivated and I was hooked and I couldn't put the book down. Every chapter I wanted to continue. So that's how you know that it was a very good book. And I loved the plot twists in there as well. So honestly, that book is just amazing and so well written. The second book I read for this video was Carval, as you guys saw already. And that one I just didn't really enjoy as much as I thought I would. So I'm hoping that I like Once Upon a Broken Heart once I do read it. Even though I don't know if I want to finish the Carval series, but I will try to read the second one soon so that I can finish it. But I didn't really enjoy it, so I would give that one like a 3 out of 5. It's not a bad book. I did like the story and like the plot, but it was just very slow for me and I didn't really know what was going on, who the main male character was for the longest, and I don't know, I didn't really like how it was written. So maybe that's what it was. That one was okay to me. I'm glad that I didn't read that one last. The last book I ended this video off was, of course, A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I'm so happy to finally be starting the ACOTAR series. So I can't wait to obviously continue reading the second book especially. This book I did enjoy reading the story. I thought it was very nice. It's just so cool to get into fantasy. I thought it would be hard for me to get into fantasy books, but I am loving the story in here. I would give this book a 4. It didn't hook me right off the bat like Fourth Wing did, and I think I got hooked after like maybe 50 pages or 100 pages. I did find it a little bit harder to read compared to Fourth Wing, even though it was still pretty easy to read for someone who has never read fantasy books before. But all of these books were pretty easy to get into. I'm excited to read some more fantasy books now, but I'm also proud of myself for kind of like branching out. So can't wait to let you guys know more of my thoughts later on. But that is basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching everything and, you know, getting my reactions to reading fantasy books for the first time. So if you guys haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below. It would really help my channel grow and I really would appreciate it. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.